Now I just want to talk about skimmers, and the different types of skimmers there are, and what I've worked for me and might not work for you. You know, everyone has their own preference, so I'm just letting people know what I think of the skimmers and what I think works best, you know, according to your budget or situation. Like I say, I like to buy my stuff off Facebook or eBay if I have to. This is your basic skimmer. This is the frame of the skimmer, the rest of it is just in the shed somewhere. And this is what I used to use when I first started up. I think I picked this up off Facebook for 20 quid. I don't know how much they are new, a little bit more. Anyway, and the reason what I don't like about these, if you fish, some of your food gets sucked up into this, the fish will climb into that to get the odd pieces of food out. And I found with that particular type, the fish sometimes can cut themselves, causing a wound which, you know, potentially could get a bacteria infection in it. So I stopped using that and I put in a wall skimmer. I'll just pause the video here and I'm going to wander around there and show you how that works. Okay, this is my wall skimmer. What I've done is I put this into the top row of blocks. These are heavy blocks, by the way. These are not breeze blocks or anything like that. And this does go 3 blocks down, then bricks, then a concrete base, and then so on. But this is the one I like to use because I feed my fish 3 mil koi food. So by having 3 mil, the 3 mil food will go through that and then it just puts it back into the pond. But it does collect a lot of poo, fish poo, so it works really well. And what I've got with this is it goes down in the ground into a, which it came with, because I bought this used, like I buy everything used if I can. I think I paid about 60 quid for this, but it had a 6-inch down to a 2-inch rubber on the bottom. And then what I simply did is I put a rubbish bag round the bottom, not to insulate it or anything, just to stop the water from getting in there, because we all know plastic takes years to rot away. And then basically I just come out of that for now, runs along an 1.5-inch pipe into a pump and then down there and then back into the pond. And the reason why I use this particular type and not the one that floats around is because the fish can't get in this. So there's no way they can damage themselves. And what I've done at the front there, I put a little grill in there using a piece of material that used to have pomegranate sit on top of it in a media shower that I used to have. Stuff that back in there, right? And so the little fish, I've got a load of fry in there, about 15 fry. And if I didn't have that grill in the front of there, then they would get sucked up into the filter and that'd be the end of them. So yeah, so I just thought I'd show everyone how my skimmer works. Also, I've got a couple of holes in the side here. There's one here, which comes standard on it, because I run a continuous water flow. I have a continuous drip of water going into my pond all the time. This way, I find by having a continuous drip of water going into the pond all the time and water continuously draining out, I never get any illnesses. I don't get no infections, no bacteria, never get any dirty water. I mean, I do have a really good filtration system. Well, I think I do. I know a drum is the best filtration system. Next to that is a Nexus, what I've got, which works really well for me. It's not as good as a drum, but then a drum will cost you 3 times the amount of what a used Nexus will. And like I say, if you hunt around, you can pick up a Nexus filter really cheap. I mean, I got a Nexus 300 and it was £280, like I said in my previous video. I had to drive a long way to get it, but it was worth it. Also, I gone and drilled another hole in this side, so that if I want, I can run the water height higher, a lot higher, which was working fine for me until I mean, I've had the water up to here for over a year, never had a problem. But after my fish jumping out the other day, I've decided to lower my water by about 6 inches until I've built a rail round. But because of the COVID situation at the moment, I haven't been able to well, I haven't been able to buy anything. I mean, everything for food. So yeah, so this is how that works, and I will show you in my next video how I clean the bacteria, well, you know, through the carbon filtration system that I've got to stop chlorine and things like that getting into the water, because you know, if your chlorine levels get high, your fish will die. You know, that's an obvious thing. But so I'll do another video on my purifier before it comes into the pond, and how I've got it for now over winter. It runs all year round. I mean, the water coming in is so cold at the moment. I've put a little heater in the water where the water comes in to just take the edge off it. And also I do heat my water all year round, because about 16.5 Celsius all year round, which does cost me a lot of money, and to be fair, I can't really afford it. But you know, you get into a hobby, and once you start heating the water, you don't want it to go cold. You don't want the fish's immune system gets a bit lower in winter, and I don't want that to happen. I mean, each one of my fish is like my animals, my dogs, you know. I have 2 dogs and a cat, big ass bull mastiff, a Chihuahua, and a Bengal. So yeah, anyway, so just have a look out for my next video that I'm going to post on the how I purify the water a little bit before it comes into the water, into the pond.